Hey everyone, my name is Katie Dinkle and this is my personal intro video for EDL 856, School Community Relations. So a little bit about me. I am born and raised from Hays, Kansas. Go Tigers. Both of my parents were Tiger grads. My younger sister is working on her undergrad right now from Fort Hays. So family of Tigers. That's my mom in the upper right-hand corner. Bottom right-hand corner, it's my goddaughter, Jayla. Just very family and friend-oriented. Love spending time with them and doing special things. Bottom left is my best friend, Shelby, at her wedding recently. Top left is my dog. I'm a fur mom. She's a purebred mutt. She's mostly Doberman Pinscher, but she's a mutt. And then I had to throw my Jayhawk on there. Rock chalk, baby. We got a big game tonight, so say some prayers. It's going to be interesting. Send some good vibes. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, that's just a little bit about me. Some important people in my life. So professionally, I am a first grade teacher at Tecumseh North Elementary in Tecumseh, Kansas. It's basically Topeka. We're just right outside of Topeka. Those are my 22 sweeties up there at our spring concert just a couple of weeks ago, so that's why they're all dressed up and spiffy. But they're a blast. They keep me young or make me old, one of the two, but they're so much fun. And first grade is such a fun year because they come to you as kindergartners and they're still, babies, and they leave ready for second grade. It's a huge year of growth and progress, so I love first grade, baby. Fabulous first grade. This is my third year at Tecumseh North, my fifth year in teaching. I taught for 2 years previously at St. Matthew's Catholic School here in Topeka. So that's me as an educator. So then moving into more specifically kind of what this course is focusing on and what it entails in school community relations. So 3 things that I thought kind of identified as very important when it comes to school community relations. And the first one that I wanted to bring up is just family engagement and investment. My humble opinion is that I think it's difficult to really build strong community relationships outside of the school if you haven't established them within the school. And so that's why that's the first bullet point that I thought was the most important, is just getting your families engaged in your school and invested in their child's learning and in their education. So not just, okay, yeah, we're going to go to the fall carnival, or we're going to go to our back to school night, or we're going to go to this STEM lab, whatever events you have going on at your school. Not just attending those events, but being engaged in what happens day to day in the classroom is so important. And so there's lots of different things and lots of current research and things to show how to go about that. But I think that's definitely the first step in building strong school community relationships. Secondly, just the instructional integration behind things, exposing our kids to what's happening in the community. They won't know what's going on if we don't tell them and if we don't teach them. And so, teaching them, integrating it, involving them would be even better. If, there's different events and things going on, if they can become involved and participate in those, that would be even better. In first grade, something we do, it's not necessarily instructional, but we do a weekly mystery reader where we just bring in different people from the community and they come and read to our kids, and then the kids get to ask them questions about their job. So we have, Sheriff Jones come. We've had Dr. Shoemaker as a pediatrician here in Topeka. He comes, which is fun because then the kids are like, that's my doctor. Some of them get a little freaked out, but we've had the president of Washburn University come. And so just getting our kids, even at the first grade level, getting them exposed to those people in the community and letting those people come and see what's going on in our schools. I think that's also a very beneficial thing for them. And then that kind of leads into just those community partnerships, reaching out to different businesses and organizations and being able to work together for obviously the success and the well-being of our kids, and finding different resources for families and just ways to provide beyond an education for the well-being of our students and their families. And then lastly, just improving communication, some different things that I think I could do personally. First off, just appropriate channels or means of communication. There are so many different options that we have. We can meet in person. We can make a phone call. We can email. We can Facebook. We can text. There's so many different ways we can communicate in today's world. But I think it's so important to be intentional on what's the most appropriate way to communicate for the situation. So some messages probably are not best sent via email. And so that's something I think to differentiate and decide what's the best way to communicate what I'm trying to communicate, and also with who I'm communicating. Just certain conversations are probably better to be had in person or over phone, even though me personally, email is more comfortable because you can just type a message. You don't have to take care of it in person, but just to be intentional and reflective on that. And then lastly, just meeting people where they are. As a classroom teacher, I know it can be frustrating when you need to set up a conference, or you have a question, or you need a field trip form returned and you can't get a hold of this parent. So I think something that I have certainly improved on this year, but still have a lot of work to do, is just meeting families where they're at. If they don't answer a phone call, then what means of communication could we use that might be more convenient? Something that I use in my classroom is Facebook. We use it a lot. And I just create a private group where only parents and legal guardians can be members. And then I use it for myself to post pictures or send, event reminders and different things. But then it also gives parents a way to message me at any time of day. Because I tell them, I have Facebook on my phone, but I have the freedom to check it or not check it. So that's kind of the luxury, is it makes myself available to parents and it meets them where they're at. They don't have to have a different app on their phone or anything. It's just on Facebook, but then I still have the freedom to decide, do I want to check this message at 10 o'clock at night or do I not want to? So, but it's still, meeting them where they're at. Something we also started this year is Facebook Live. So once a week I hop on that group. Nobody else can see it but the people in their group or in the group. And I basically reteach a math concept that we've been working on at that time in the classroom. And so parents can just hop on with their kid and they can watch Miss Dinkle basically reteach this, and then they have the tools and the knowledge to help their student if they're struggling. And then it's an interactive thing where the kids can get involved, and I ask different questions and they can comment, or I send like an exit slip home and they fill it out and they bring it back the next day. So it's just a really cool opportunity. But then again, it's meeting our families where they're at. They're not having to go show up or come to an informational night or, go somewhere. They just get to stay in the comfort of their own home when they're cooking dinner or trying to get kids to bed and engage that way. So just continuing to meet people where they are instead of saying, here's my phone number, here's my email, you contact me in that manner. Just being more flexible and open to what's best and most convenient for our families. So that is all I have. I look forward to meeting all of you guys and talking with you and discussing and learning with you over the next few weeks. So take care and have a good night.